Hey there, everybody. We'll kind of wait for people to come in, but just trying to get a background going here. Let me see. Stop screen. I think maybe we'll just we'll do this background. It's only 9 o'clock now, so we'll wait for people to get in. Hey, Laura, I'm sorry. It's a parade, kind of like a parade. Hi, Journey 2020. Hey, y'all. Yeah, I'm having a late evening, couple nights this week. Hey, Kathy. Hi, Amy. Oh, really, get some piano music going. Ooh, that makes my fingers look really funny. I figured it'd probably be nicer to be able to have a blessing service or to have a get together in the living room rather than in my bedroom, because that would be kind of awkward. So, hey, Jen, how are you doing tonight, Amy? It's been a long day. Hey, Mr. Popo. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I was just saying that it's much nicer to have everybody in my living room than in my bedroom tonight for what we're going to be discussing. Yeah, it is. I was trying to get a dinner table put in there, and just that it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. Hi, Peter Anderson. Yeah, it does. And it kind of makes me look a little bit weird too with the green screen back there. But oh well. It'll work. So yeah, how did your live go, John? Pretty well, I hope. Hey, Pinche. How are you doing, Pinche? Yeah, pretty crazy. Well, I wanted if we've got a couple of us in here, and that's okay. Um I'm trying to figure out how to post this link. Um yeah, there was. You guys were talking about all sorts of bands. Let me see. Let me do the invite and copy. Tonight is going to be a night that we're going to talk about mother's blessings. And if anybody wants to join me, here's the link. If you want to join me, I'd be more than happy to pop you on. But traditionally, and Amy, you and I had talked about this a little bit ago, and that you hadn't had this tradition in your family, in your Jewish family. Growing up, I grew up Catholic. We're not going to get into the weeds. We're not going to go all religious nuts or anything here, I promise. But I do want to talk about a little bit of, I'll go a little bit wackadoodles and then we'll come right back. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn, just to kind of explain where I'm at with it, is that I grew up in a Christian Catholic background and grew up and started going to a non-denominational. And after my accident, it became very clear that I needed more in my life than um, just being able to not have faith or not. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Oh, how cool to see your grandbaby today. I'm gonna try and stay on task here a little bit. So having faith and having a really grounded family unit in my life truly helped me through everything that I was going through and all of the atrocities, all the damage that happened with my body and with our family. And so we struggled quite a bit, but the faith really helped. And one thing that I've noticed, especially with the community of ex-Scientologists and those that are in other high control groups, are that their family units are pretty compromised. And the family units just really aren't there. I'll give an example is talking with Lara or Amber, or talking with folks that um, they're really not close to their parents or with their mother, and they weren't really shown the love that they needed to be shown to have that to grow up with, to have a heritage. And I found working with people in different faiths and in the non-denominational world that forgiveness played a huge part in that, of being able to bond. And so I have friends that grew up in the Jewish faith, and every week they would have a Shabbat, a Sabbath. That's one of the commandments that God put down to Moses is to keep the Sabbath. And so one day a week is to rest, and that's commanded. In the Jewish faith, it's called the Sabbath or the Shabbat. And it starts on Friday evening. Ta-da, we're in Friday evening at sundown, and it goes to Saturday evening of sundown. And to begin the Shabbat, you get together with your family, you have a supper, you're able to talk, you bless your foods, you eat, you drink, um, whatever you want for your beverages, and you keep that as a family unit. And one of the things that I was taught from my friends that are Jewish is every week they would have a mother's blessing or a father's blessing, but I'm a mama, so we're going to go with the mother's blessing. And at the beginning of the supper, and then till after supper when they went to bed, they would traditionally have the mother would go around and bless the children. I wanted to read a few things that I found here about it. It'll help explain it maybe better than what I'm explaining it. In the Jewish tradition, a common prayer for forgiveness on Shabbat, often recited before bedtime, in my friend's situation, they all did this during the supper, is a Harini Mohel, which translates to I hereby forgive, signifying a commitment to release any resentment or anger towards those who have wronged you, allowing you to enter Shabbat with a clean slate. This is considered a way to clear the accounts before sleep, ensuring you are not holding any grudges when you go to sleep. And the mother's blessing is a prayer for a child to be blessed with health, strength, happiness, peace, and length of days. And so this ritual is really a cleansing, so that way um, you would have this the following week with a clean slate, kind of like confession in the Catholic society or the Catholic community, but it's more for your family, and it's a provide. So Becky says, my mother would give us her blessing every night. When we moved out, we would call her nightly for her blessings. Yeah, and I started doing this with my kids. It kind of was a little bit of an inside joke with them because I would ask them if there was anything, or I would say, hey, I thought badly of you this week, or is there anything that I need to be forgiven for? And we would, and they used to always say, yeah, you smoked when you were pregnant. And so that was kind of an inside joke, but basically that what it is you're asking your mother for the forgiveness. The mother's offering the forgiveness and a blessing so that way you can. Now, in this situation, what I found, especially going through this non-denominational church, I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous about bringing this out, you guys, because it's religion seems to be a point of contention, And there are a lot of atheists in our community of ex-Scientologists. There's a lot of people that are agnostic, and there's a lot of people that just don't have a belief system. And I guess my belief system and my faith is so strong that I kind of carry it for all of us. So I'm happy to share this with you. And if anybody wants to join me, I'd be more than happy to do a blessing, or we can start a blessing. And if you guys just want to take it all in stride or go on as you go along. So I did put the thing there. I'm going to post it again in case anybody didn't get it. Here, I'll post it again if anybody wants to join me on here. As I said, I really thought of, especially Laura and Liz and Nora and Amber and the other Liz, and how they're not close to their mother, and how if you would let me, and I'm speaking to any one of you, if you would let me be your stand-in mother, let me give you a mother's blessing. Let me be that mother for you. It's amazing what would happen, because forgiveness really isn't about the other person that you're trying to forgive. Forgiveness is really about yourself, right? And it's kind of like drinking when you have bitterness inside of you. Hey, Kirby's mom, it's kind of like a poison that you're drinking, and it's not hurting the other person, it's hurting yourself. So if you're willing to try and talk about that and give that unforgiveness or that bitterness up, it's amazing what the universe can do for you. Um, there was one person in my life that I had extreme bitterness. Bye, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Thank you. That I had extreme bitterness for, that truly hurt a family member of mine. And I never really talked to them about it, the person that I was so angry and mad about. But I decided after doing this mother blessing one time to put the forgiveness out there for myself, to kind of cleanse myself. And when I did that, it was amazing. All of a sudden, things happened out there. And that person came and provided an apology. Things smoothed out. I'm I don't think I ever really I accepted the apology, but I don't think I ever accepted a relationship with that person. You know, I was burned, and acknowledging it. Hey, Rika. Oh, I'm glad that you're doing art while this is happening. See, I would love to be doing that. I wish I was painting while I was doing this too. Then I'd be painting with Eureka. So with that, it, I was able somehow just the things in the universe changed. It just went the right way. I went the right way. Things started lining up a little bit better, not only with this person but with the situation, and seemed to really work out. And that's what I'd like to offer for you as a blessing. So we're going to sit around my living room, rather in my bedroom, and we're going to sit around my living room, and we're going to pretend somebody's playing that piano just as some background music. And we are going to talk about that I'm going to be a stand-in mother. And I want you to think of you talking to your mother or to your grandma or whomever, who that, if I can represent that. And I want to put out there, as we're sitting down for dinner and we're having this conversation, that I probably was not the best mother this week, and I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I said negative things or I led you astray. And if that happens to be something, could you forgive me for that? And then at that point, you would be saying yes, or that really didn't happen. I'm sorry that I never believed you. If your mom happens to be passed away, this could be a time that I could step in for your mom. Way cool. Pinche Becky, way cool. I was just thinking of that because my mom had Alzheimer's also, and very sweet. Give Mama a big hug. Feed her some ice cream for us. But think of I'm sorry as your mom as I'm standing in. I'm sorry I didn't give you the right words. I'm really sorry I didn't protect you like I know I should have protected you. I'm sorry that I didn't hear your words and hear your cries. I'm sorry that I treated you older than what you needed to be treated. Hey, Bridge 1872. I'm sorry that I didn't let you be the little girl and wear princess shoes and a princess dress. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you eat all of your food and sit at the table until you cried. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spanked your butt. I'm sorry we talked adult things in front of little girls and little boys and we shouldn't have. Can you forgive me for those things? I know this sounds really weird, you guys, but it really, really works. It helps. It helps your soul. Can you forgive me? And with that, what I want to do is when you forgive me and I have a clean slate, I want to forgive you for things that you may have said or thought about. And we need to have a clear love for one another for this next, however long, this next week at least. And with that, I want to bless you with heritage and understanding and compassion. I want to bless you with strength and happiness, love and laughter this week. I want to bless you with peace, length of days. I want you to feel the forgiveness in your heart. I want you to feel that you are clean and worthy, that you are worthy of love and light and happiness. No violence, no blackness, no darkness. And may, if you believe in God, but I'm going to say, may God please bless you and protect you and show you favor and be gracious to you. May he show you kindness and grant you peace. And that's the type of blessing that I want to provide for you. It is beautiful, and it's warmth in your heart. So I'm so thankful. It doesn't have to be a short one, but if you want to catch this on replay, or if you want to just think about it, then please give me an email. Let me know. Or put a message on here. I'll get back with you about it. I know this sounds really wackadoodles, you guys, but thank you so much for letting me give you a piece of a blessing and a mother's heart. So with that, I'm going to let everybody go. Nobody wants to hop on. So I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. I accept the blessing. I definitely accept it. But just a short one, you guys. Okay, loved you all. I'm going to leave studio. I guess I'd better end the session first.